Can you get U.S. citizenship naturalizing after being a green card holder, even if you're not living in the United States? Well, there's one option that's a really good option that may be possible for a few. So stick around, we're going to get into that. So if you are a green card holder, which is one of the requirements for being able to apply for citizenship, also known as naturalization for N400, one of the requirements is that you continuously live in the United States. But we have a lot of people who get their green card initially that constantly have to be outside, and it creates a problem for their continuous residency. Well, how do you still get citizenship despite the fact that you're not continuously living in the United States? And well, there's one way to overcome that. It's called Form N470. And we just had one approved recently, and I was really surprised personally to see how fast it happened. We applied the case on January 7th, 2022. And we got the approval January 31st, 2022. It's amazing how fast that was. But in this case, it was a Canadian gentleman who was working for a U.S. company and in the United States after he got his green card. And the company said, you got to work in Canada for us because we have some important operation and commercial activities over there. So because of the fact that he had a U.S. employer sending him out overseas, he was continuously working for that U.S. employer, then he could count his time overseas, or, Canada's not overseas, it's land border, but outside the United States as being continuously living in the United States because of the approved N470 application to preserve residence for naturalization. So it's a great way for him to be able to, continue doing his job, not having to quit, living where he needs to outside the U.S., but still be able to file for U.S. citizenship when the time comes. Now, most people will not be able to apply for this for two reasons. One is, part of the requirements to be able to do this is that you have to physically be in the United States before leaving for a full period of 365 days without any trips outside the United States. Now, historically, most people would come to you wouldn't be able to do this because they had at least one trip. They went on vacation to Mexico. They went back home for a week or two or something like that, and it would destroy the 1 year continuous residence, continual physical presence within the U.S. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, so many people were locked in. I have a lot more people contact me now who physically satisfy that requirement. And secondly, a major part of this is that you have to work for a U.S. employer that's going to employ you while they're overseas, or a subsidiary of a U.S. company. And so we have to prove that this company is U.S. owned and controlled and all that kind of stuff, which not everyone could do. But if you get away with these two, it's a great way to do what you got to do and still get citizenship and not, lose that. If you want more information, email my office info@jqklaw.com.